Elephants. The gentle giants of the earth. No land animal on earth is larger than the elephant. With their massive bodies, long trunks, and impressive tusks, elephants have been among the most majestic creatures on the planet for millions of years. At first glance, they may seem slow and peaceful, but elephants are remarkable not only for their incredible strength, but also for their intelligence, emotions, and deep family bonds. Today, we are about to enter the fascinating world of the largest land mammal on Earth. Together, we'll discover not only how enormous these animals are, but also how they live, how they think, and why they play such an important role in nature. Around 60 million years ago, the ancestors of modern elephants looked nothing like the giants we know today. Scientists believe that the earliest elephant-like mammals were about the size of a pig. Over millions of years, changing climates and natural selection gradually shaped these animals into larger and more powerful creatures, eventually leading to the elephants we see today. Today, only 3 species of elephants remain on Earth: the African savanna elephant, the African forest elephant, and the Asian elephant. Although they share many similarities, each species has unique characteristics. African elephants have much larger ears and more massive bodies, while Asian elephants are generally smaller, with rounder backs and smaller ears. An adult African savanna elephant can stand up to 4 meters tall at the shoulder and weigh nearly 8 tons. That's roughly the combined weight of several family cars. Yet despite their enormous size, elephants can walk surprisingly quietly. Thick, cushioned pads beneath their feet absorb both their weight and the sound of each step, allowing these giants to move almost silently across the landscape. Perhaps the most extraordinary part of an elephant's body is its trunk. The trunk is actually a fusion of the upper lip and the nose, creating one of the most versatile organs in the animal kingdom. It contains around 40,000 muscles. To put that into perspective, the entire human body has far fewer muscles than a single elephant's trunk. This incredible organ allows an elephant to breathe, drink water, gather food, break branches, greet other elephants, and even gently lift and comfort its young. A trunk is powerful enough to move heavy logs, yet delicate enough to pick up a single piece of fruit without crushing it. Their tusks are equally impressive. They are actually elongated incisor teeth that continue growing throughout an elephant's life. Elephants use them to dig for water, strip bark from trees, move obstacles, and defend themselves when necessary. Sadly, these magnificent tusks have also made elephants targets for illegal ivory poachers, costing the lives of millions over the years. Their enormous ears serve another important purpose, besides hearing. In the intense heat of Africa, a network of blood vessels inside the ears helps release excess body heat. Every time an elephant flaps its ears, it is using a natural cooling system that keeps its body temperature under control. Feeding such a massive body is no easy task. An adult elephant can consume around 150 kilograms of vegetation every single day. Grass, leaves, branches, fruit, and tree bark make up the majority of its diet. In addition, an elephant may drink hundreds of liters of water daily, making access to water one of the most important factors in its survival. Because of these enormous energy demands, elephants spend most of their lives searching for food. They can devote up to 16 to 18 hours every day to feeding, constantly moving through forests and grasslands in search of enough vegetation to sustain their giant bodies. But elephants are much more than powerful giants. What truly makes them extraordinary is their remarkable intelligence. Their memory, problem-solving abilities, and complex social relationships continue to amaze scientists around the world. In the next chapter, we'll explore why elephants are considered among the most intelligent animals on Earth and discover the fascinating ways they communicate with one another. Elephants. Among the most intelligent animals on Earth. One of the most remarkable things that sets elephants apart from other animals is their extraordinary intelligence. For decades, scientists have studied these gentle giants, and every new discovery reveals that their minds are far more complex than we once imagined. An elephant's brain weighs around 5 kilograms, making it one of the largest brains of any land animal. But what truly makes elephants exceptional isn't the size of their brains. It's their incredible ability to learn, solve problems, remember important information, and build deep social relationships. You've probably heard the saying, "An elephant never forgets." While that phrase isn't entirely true, it is based on a remarkable reality. Elephants possess an extraordinary memory. The oldest female in the herd, known as the matriarch, can remember the locations of water sources she discovered many years ago. Even after long periods of drought, she can guide the entire herd across vast distances to places where water can still be found. In many cases, her memory becomes the difference between survival and death. Elephants don't just remember places. They also remember other elephants, and even people they have encountered in the past. They can recognize individuals years later, and often distinguish between those who treated them kindly and those who posed a threat. Their emotional lives are just as fascinating as their memory. When a member of the herd is injured, the others immediately gather around. They use their trunks to help lift the injured elephant, stay by its side, and refuse to leave it behind. This remarkable behavior is considered one of the strongest examples of cooperation and empathy found in the animal kingdom. Even more surprising is the way elephants respond to death. When an elephant dies, other members of the herd often approach the body quietly. They gently touch the bones, especially the skull, with their trunks, and may remain nearby for a long time. Scientists believe these behaviors resemble mourning. Even years later, elephants have been observed recognizing and reacting to the bones of deceased elephants in similar ways. Elephants are also among the very few animals capable of recognizing themselves in a mirror. During scientific experiments, elephants have shown that they understand the reflection is their own, rather than another elephant standing in front of them. This ability, known as self-awareness, is considered one of the highest forms of intelligence and has only been demonstrated by humans, great apes, dolphins, and a small number of other species. Their communication is equally extraordinary. Elephants produce extremely low-frequency sounds called infrasound, which are far below the range of human hearing. These powerful sound waves can travel for several kilometers, allowing elephants to communicate even when they are far apart. Through these hidden messages, they can warn each other about danger, locate water sources, or help separated family members find the herd again. But communication isn't limited to sound alone. Elephants greet one another by wrapping their trunks together, express emotions through ear movements, and communicate intentions through subtle body language. Nearly every movement carries meaning, creating a sophisticated social language that scientists are still working to fully understand. Young elephants spend years learning from the adults around them. From the moment they are born, they carefully observe their mothers and the older members of the herd. They learn which plants are safe to eat, where to find water, how to avoid predators, and how to behave within the family group. This knowledge is passed down from one generation to the next, helping each new generation survive in the wild. All of these remarkable traits prove that elephants are far more than enormous animals. They are capable of learning, remembering, solving problems, showing empathy, and forming lifelong social bonds. In the next chapter, we'll explore their family life, how they raise their young, the challenges they face in the wild, and why protecting these magnificent giants has become more important than ever. Elephants, family, survival, and their future. For elephants, family is at the center of everything. A herd is usually led by an experienced older female, known as the matriarch. She is the living memory of the herd. Thanks to decades of experience, she remembers the safest migration routes, knows where to find water during dry seasons, and leads the herd away from danger. In many situations, her knowledge can mean the difference between life and death for dozens of elephants. Young elephants are not raised by their mothers alone. Other females in the herd also help care for the calves, a behavior known as allomothering. Younger females gain valuable parenting experience by helping raise the calves, ensuring that the entire herd works together to protect and nurture its youngest members. A newborn elephant calf can weigh around 100 kilograms. Within just a few minutes of birth, it struggles to stand on its feet, and before long, it begins walking. In the wild, keeping up with the herd is essential for survival. One of the most entertaining stages of a young elephant's life is learning how to use its trunk. At first, calves have very little control over it. They may struggle to drink water, accidentally trip over it, or swing it around awkwardly. Like a child learning to use its hands, they gradually master this incredible tool through practice and experience. Although elephants are among the strongest animals on Earth, they still face natural threats. Young calves, in particular, can become targets for prides of lions. Whenever danger appears, the herd immediately forms a defensive circle. The calves are protected in the center, while the adults stand shoulder to shoulder around them, ready to face any predator. This powerful display of teamwork gives the young elephants their best chance of survival. Elephants are also known as the engineers of the ecosystem. As they feed, they knock down branches, open pathways through dense vegetation, and create space for new plants to grow. The seeds from the fruits they eat are carried over long distances and spread across the landscape, helping forests regenerate naturally. During severe droughts, elephants use their powerful tusks and trunks to dig deep into dry riverbeds in search of underground water. The water holes they create are not only used by elephants, but also become life-saving resources for countless other animals. In this way, elephants support entire ecosystems simply by following their natural behavior. Sadly, these magnificent giants face one of the greatest challenges in their long history. Illegal ivory poaching continues to claim the lives of thousands of elephants every year. At the same time, expanding cities, Agriculture and deforestation are destroying the habitats they have depended on for generations. The vast landscapes where elephants once roamed freely are becoming smaller every year. Fortunately, conservation efforts around the world are making a difference. National parks are being expanded. Anti-poaching patrols are working tirelessly to protect elephant populations. And injured elephants are being rescued, rehabilitated, and returned to the wild whenever possible. Thanks to these efforts, some elephant populations have begun to recover. Even so, their future still depends largely on the choices humanity makes today. Elephants are far more than the largest land animals on Earth. They form lifelong family bonds, protect one another, mourn their dead, pass knowledge from generation to generation, and shape the very ecosystems they inhabit. For millions of years, they have played an essential role in maintaining the balance of nature. Perhaps the greatest lesson elephants teach us is that true strength is not measured by size alone. It is found in wisdom, compassion, cooperation, and the ability to care for others. If we succeed in protecting these gentle giants, future generations will have the privilege of seeing them where they truly belong. Not only in documentaries, but walking freely across the wild landscapes they have called home for millions of years.